often when we talk about adding herbs into the garden, we mention plants such as basil and oregano, but if you have bought plants and you go to the nursery or especially online catalogs, and when you buy those plants, there's a lot more cultivars or varieties on the market than just the regular basil and oregano. So today we're going to look at 5 different hybrids of oregano that you might want to consider adding to your garden. The first one we're going to look at is called Calateri. You can see it back here. Now most of your oreganos are going to have sort of a spade-like leaf to them that's fairly small, about the tip of your pinky. However, this Calateri is a Greek oregano, and it is especially been cultivated in Greece for its high oil content. And so it really is used commercially for an oregano, a Greek oregano. Now you can see if you do let it go to flower, you're going to get these nice small sort of hops-like flowers that sort of cascade down as they transition from green to that mauve color. Now this particular one, Calateri, is known for its flavor that it can add in the culinary dish. However, you want to make sure to get the best oils to actually harvest it prior to its flowering, and again that will keep it from producing those flowers. So again, you want to think about what you're using it for, whether you want it ornamentally or you're wanting it for that culinary purpose. Now if Greek oregano is not your thing, you might consider adding Italian oregano into your garden. So you can see here we have it in front of us. The flower is a little bit different. It's a little more of a pale yellow, pale green with white flowers. However, now when we're talking about the flavor, hardy marjoram is also a name for this Italian oregano. So you might find it under both of those names. Now, it is a hybrid between Greek oregano and sweet marjoram. Sweet marjoram is also a genus of oregano. So they are related. However, we know in the culinary world, we see those herbs being used in different recipes. So the nice thing about this Italian oregano or hardy marjoram is it can kind of play both of those flavors in your recipe. So that might be one you want to add if you're looking to kind of combine that flavor. The other thing about this is it tends to hold up longer in your recipes when you're cooking too. So if you're doing a long stew or something like that, you might consider that. Now in front of us we have one that is a little bit more ornamental and less used for culinary purposes. And the reason why, even though you still will have a little bit of that fragrance when you touch it, it doesn't have the high oil content that is often desired in cooking. So what we have here is called Kent's Beauty that's down in front of us. Now this is a little bit smaller. You can see it's kind of getting crowded out by some of the others, but it will make a nice cascading display. And what's nice about these flowers, which it's really grown for more an ornamental purpose, are they almost really resemble those hops flowers as they have these calyx that change from kind of the leaves of the green color down into this mauve color and have a nice lime yellow in the center of them. So these will just cascade. Not only do they have beautiful flowers, but what makes them perfect for rock gardens and containers is the fact that this is a very drought tolerant plant that likes well-drained soil. So it's an ideal plant for that ornamental purpose. Now if you're wanting to mix the culinary with the ornamental, a plant you might want to consider is Bristol's Cross. This is Bristol's Cross oregano, and you can see it has a little bit more of an upright structure with its flowers. You will be able to harvest the leaves for your cooking. However, at the same time, you're also going to get these beautiful flowers that come on it. Now we have cut this plant back, so if you didn't cut it back, you can see that it will grow a little bit larger and these will start to kind of flop over a little bit more. But as you look at this, again, it sort of has that trailing calyx where you can see the flowers continue to open on them on this wiry stem that's kind of got a burgundy color to it. So it's a nice addition to either the herb or the ornamental garden. Now you can see as I'm here with this, I'm trying not to get stung by any bees when I'm touching these plants, because not only are they great for the kitchen garden or the ornamental garden, but they're also a perfect addition for the pollinator garden as well with their tubular flowers. Now we have one more oregano that I want to show you that is often called oregano, but really isn't an oregano at all. So all of the oreganos that we have mentioned are in the genus Origanum, and so they are definitely considered oregano. However, we have another one that is often mentioned as Cuban oregano, and this actually is not in that same genus, so it's not a true oregano. It in fact is in the genus Plectranthus. This particular one is Cuban oregano, and there is variegated versions of this, but this particular one has kind of got more of the fuzzy, softer leaf to it. It is used for culinary purposes, so you can use it often with some of those meatier dishes, maybe some wild game or some lamb, because it does have a very strong, potent flavor that can be overpowering. So be careful and use it sparingly. Now, all the other true oreganos are hardy in Oklahoma. Most of them are hardy from zones 6 to about 10 or 11. However, Cuban oregano is tropical and is not hardy in Oklahoma. So if you're looking to incorporate this into your garden, make sure to buy it as an annual and plant it regularly each season in your garden. So those are just 5 oreganos that you might consider adding in your ornamental or herb garden.
Hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.